Oh my goodness, a company in 2018 being overzealous and overly politically correct? Who would have thought?
Skip it up and that up.
So it seems to be the norm where companies will ban people for the simplest thing, whether it be from PlayStation Network, Xbox Live, Twitter when they feel like it, Facebook, so on and so forth. These companies are looking to dodge anyone being offended by anything to the point where they'll stifle the freedom of their users. Again, I'm not condoning if people are truly being offensive, dangerous, truly racist, so on and so forth, but they always seem to take a step too far at the wrong times, and when there are times they should ban people, they don't. I don't get it, but whatever. Well, this time it's PSN or PlayStation Network that's in the hot seat because they wrongfully banned a Mexican user named Enrique for his PSN name or his PSN ID. Luckily, there is a happy ending to this story, but how we even got here to begin with is absolutely ridiculous. Well, for the name Enrique in Mexico, a nickname for it, a common nickname, is Kike, which is K-I-K-E, or it can be, I'm looking here, Kiki, Kiko, Kikin, or Kike, which sounds like Kike. I don't know if I'm saying it right, I do apologize, but that's a nickname in Mexico for Enrique, and Enrique's username on PSN is Kike_0615. Now, Enrique has had this username for over a year with no issues. He played games, downloaded games on PSN, so on and so forth. But all of a sudden, on November 21st, his PlayStation account was banned, and this is the email that he received. Your account has been permanently banned, and the reason is inappropriate online ID. Because PSN or the PlayStation Network, whether someone reviewed his account or there's some algorithm bot that picked up on it, which I have a feeling that's the case. Maybe they put some new find anything offensive algorithm or do auto bans. They thought Kike was actually being used as kike, which is an anti-Semitic Jewish slur. And they took Enrique's name, okay, again, Kike is a nickname for Enrique, and they banned him permanently thinking that he was using a Jewish anti-Semitic slur like kike. Now, of course, Enrique, understandably so, I'd be pissed too, was not happy that his account got permanently banned, especially when he did nothing wrong, and this is what he had to say. I've spent a couple hundred, if not thousands or more in games, content, etc. I randomly got an email today that I was permanently banned. At first, I thought it was one of those fake emails people do to steal accounts, but I looked at the sender and it was an official Sony email. I chat with support and they said it was because my online ID was offensive. My online ID is /was Kike_0615. Kike is short for my real name Enrique, and in Mexico, a lot of people call guys with that name Kike. It is also pronounced Kike. After I did some research, it's apparently used as an offensive way of calling Jewish people, sort of like the N-word for my African Americans. By the way, I'm really sorry if I offended anyone by posting my nickname. I swear to God that's my nickname since I was little. I even have soccer and high school track shirts, sweaters with my nickname. Now, at first, he got no response from PSN and he thought he was screwed, but actually later on, he finally did get a response, and this is what Enrique said the updated status was. I got off the phone with a supervisor I talked to who speaks Spanish, and he said he's going to escalate the issue and gave me a number that they would call me back. And last but not least, this story has a happy ending. He got his PSN account back, and this is what he had to say about that. Around 35 to 45 minutes ago, I received a call from PlayStation. Not just anyone, but I believe he said he was the support team manager. He said, and I quote, "Hi Enrique, first off, I'd like to apologize for everything. We caught wind and saw what you posted and said online, and I can assure you we got to work on it as soon as possible. We set up a quick meeting at the office, and trust me, we had an interesting conversation, especially as it's Thanksgiving." He laughed. "But I'm glad to inform you your account is fully reactivated. I'd like to apologize on behalf of all of us. You could keep your current online ID as we realized we made a mistake." Look, okay, I understand that companies have to have terms of service in place and they got to do things to protect their online ecosystem, whether it be a social media platform like Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat or blah, 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 or whatever, or whether it be Xbox Live, the Nintendo Switch Online Network, or PlayStation Network, whatever the case may be. But this overzealous nonsense has to stop. Now, I understand that there's no way that Sony can monitor every single PSN account, just like YouTube can't monitor every single video, and Twitter can't monitor every single, tweet that's posted. But it's always extremes. It's either the companies don't give a crap even when you report stuff, like Twitter, just like I talked about yesterday with my video talking about Hitman 2, how they have elusive targets. One of the actors is Sean Bean. People were talking about how they wanted to kill Sean Bean fictionally in the video game on Twitter, and accounts were getting banned. But then on the flip side, you'll have people literally threatening physical harm against other people on Twitter, and they don't do anything. It's like, oh yeah, we saw that this person said they want to beat the crap out of this other person and actually set them up to get the crap beaten out of them. But yeah, we don't really care. We don't really care. It doesn't violate terms of service. It does, but we only really care about high profile cases that make us look bad. Like the whole thing with Milo Yiannopoulos and Leslie Jones from Ghostbusters. And look, Milo Yiannopoulos is a douche. I'm not defending him, and I'm not saying that he wasn't a provocateur, I think it's how you say that word, on Twitter. But what's funny is I made a secondary video on that, which I'll probably have a title card to here, where Leslie Jones said racist shit towards white people. And what bothered me about that is, look, I don't like racism in either direction, whether it's white people being racist towards black people or black people being racist towards white people or Asian people being racist towards black people. I don't care. If you're being racist, and I don't care what your race is, you still should get shit for it, and you should suffer the same consequences. Why? Because Leslie Jones is black and was making fun of white people? That's okay? That's still racist. It's just a different race. And that's the kind of the thing that bothers me, is that sometimes these companies go over the top, like this poor guy Enrique from Mexico. His nickname is Kike, and it looks like kike. It looks like a derogatory term, so we have to ban him. And then there's times where people literally file a report with a genuine concern that does violate terms of service, whether it be on PSN or Xbox Live or Twitter or Facebook, and they say, oh yeah, it doesn't violate terms of service. It does, even if it's plain as day if you read our terms of service, but we don't really care unless, we have to be politically correct. Then we'll jump on it because we have to make sure we look good. I don't know what the solution is, because there's way too many people that are signed up to all these services, and I know they can't sit there and manually monitor each one. But they have to do something about, it's either one extreme where people are getting banned for talking about fake killing a character in a video game like Sean Bean, or people are actually threatening physical forms of violence and nothing's being done. And there has to be some kind of happy median where these companies are actually enforcing their terms of service and not going over the top in certain circumstances and not doing too little in other circumstances, because it just makes sometimes going on, whether it be Xbox Live, PSN, or Twitter, or Facebook, or insert your favorite social media platform here, makes it unbearable because they don't do enough or they do too much. So look, am I saying what happened to Enrique, especially now that he got his account back, is the end of the world? No. But as we go more towards a digital distribution only future and a digital future, things like this do concern me, because these companies have to figure out a way to, one, enforce their terms of service better, two, not go over the top with it, and three, streamline things when issues like this happen. Because when people get their accounts wrongfully banned, especially with how many hours people invest in games that are on PSN and Xbox Live and Nintendo Switch Online and Steam, so on and so forth, it becomes part of their lifestyle. And when their account gets shut down for the wrong reason, even social media platforms too, people, again, I'm on Twitter quite a bit now, even though I said I wouldn't be. And if I got wrongfully banned from there, not only would it suck because I do enjoy being on Twitter, even though it's a cesspool and it's run very poorly, it would also hurt my business too. So we got to figure out a way to streamline this. I don't know what it is. I'm not on board with making companies public utilities, because that's just to some degrees lunacy. it's gonna be a trial and error game as we get more into a digital future, and it's going to be interesting to see where things are when it comes to enforcing terms of service, even like 5 years from now. Because right now, how companies are enforcing their terms of service is very, very flawed, and this can't remain the standard. Things need to be fixed, and they need to be fixed fairly quickly, so people like Enrique don't get banned for doing nothing wrong. That is absolutely unacceptable that happened. Glad he got his account back, but he shouldn't have even been put in that position to begin with. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one. Hey, congratulations! If you made it to the end of the video, you should subscribe to Review Tech USA so you can hear me blabber on some more. Also, too, starting this month, I will be live streaming solely on Twitch. I'll have a link to my Twitch channel below in the description. And last but not least, make sure you click that like button. It helps out the show big time. See you guys in the next video.